What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Bianconeri zone. And for everyone who hoped or believed that Del Piero could come back to the club, forget about it, because he burned that bridge post game. He burned that bridge a day after. He came for everyone at the club: ownership, management, coach, players. Also, because I think he knew and he knows he's not coming back. The club is not looking to bring him back. However, it's the first time I actually saw somebody on TV talking about this club and almost crying while he was talking about this club, because everything he said was spot on. He knows the club better than anyone, and still there are players, coaches, managers, people at the club who have no clue what it means to play for the club, work for the club, whatever, represent the club, but they have been put in a position to do so. And that's why we are in this hot garbage kind of mess, whatever you want to call it. Anyways, let's talk about what he had to say, because he had some interesting things to say, but he was spot on. And what happened with Giuntoli post game and with Motta, what they had to say, it feels like they are not in touch with what the reality should be at this club. But before we do that, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's talk about why I believe he's not coming back anytime soon. Okay, so I think everybody saw the quotes and read the quotes. It happened post game, emotional. I think we were all angry post game, still are. But like I said, it's the first time I was watching an interview post game, and I was like, he's gonna cry. At one point, he's gonna cry, because he said, after today, what I've always said is like, you can lose games, it's part of the game, but the way you lose is important. If you lose like that, and even twice in the space of a week, he said, nobody's safe. Not the players, not the coach, not the management, not ownership. Nobody is safe, and everybody should be up for debate, because when you put in that performance again 7 days after you just put one of the worst performance we've seen in recent memory, and you put that in again, he said you don't know what it means playing for the club. You don't know what it means to represent this club. And the fact that he said there's no reaction makes it even worse. It feels like nobody's holding anyone accountable at the club. Everybody has a free will. You have players not willing to play for the coach. You have coach maybe not liking certain players, and everybody believes they can do their own thing. If you like or dislike Motta, that's a debate. But as a player, you represent the club at the end of the day. You cannot revolve. Then Cambiasso, it looks like he broke a leg, and then the next day it's calm. He has nothing, goes to the national team. Those are strange things. As what's also strange is playing that lineup and benching Cambiasso to begin with. It's weird. Like, decisions are weird. Benching Yildiz for 90 minutes, then coming out saying, but they played against Atalanta. Not even a single minute. Like, there are weird decisions. 3-0 down, and you bring in 3 defenders. One was injured, but still, that's what he also said. It's like, you were 3-0 down, and you sub in 3 defenders. You cannot, as a coach, you cannot explain that to your squad, because these guys are not idiots. Like, I still believe he's a good coach. What I also believe is, right now, he doesn't have the tools to do what he wants to do. However, he still has good enough tools to do better. Change your belief a bit, because it's the only thing that's going to save this team, club, players, your job, which I don't think is it's beyond saving right now. I think the club made a decision, but still, he's very stubborn with his belief, and it's costing him his job. Players out of position. Nico Gonzalez out of position. Comes out, said, I needed something on the left, and he played there. But he's not good on the left. He offers nothing. McKennie in those positions offers nothing. Like, he's forcing players like Koopmeiners, Locatelli, want to do the same thing. Not working. Because he doesn't have players at the back to build up the way he wants to build up and start with his mindset, whatever. But it's been all season. You need to adapt. Those decisions have been made in the summer to not sign a Calafiori or whatever. It's done. You cannot go back right now. The only thing you can do is save your job. which he failed to do right now because I think he's sacked. And again, he's not the only one to blame. And that's what Del Piero was saying. He said, it's not just the coach, it's not just the players, it's everyone at the club. And nobody is taking accountability of that. When Giuntoli comes out and speaks about we can turn it around, and yes, I also believe with Motta, I'm like, that's a lie. You don't believe that because the backing, like the news doesn't add up. When Motta comes out and he said, ownership called me and backed me, he didn't say management, he said ownership. It's clear it's a mess. And if you sack Motta because it's not good enough and because he failed to get top 4 and failed to improve, we're doing the one season, gone. But the people who put this all in place, who try to who try to organize a project and call it a day after 1 year, shouldn't be at the club because they cannot be trusted to start a project, whatever. If you sack Motta after one season and you start selling a lot of these players you brought in, you should leave as well. Pack your bags and go. It's not going to happen because obviously Alcan or whatever is not going to sack Giuntoli and hire some random guy and say you have about 2 months to fix it right now, mid transfer season. It's not going to happen. But that should be the logical thing, But nothing is logical at the team. That's what Allegri was pointing at. It's like if you get humiliated like that at home, 4-0 by Atalanta, the normal reaction is pride. I wasn't expecting us to go to Fiorentina and bop them off the park. I don't think anyone's expecting that. But what Del Piero was saying is like, show some pride. Show something. Even if it's not scintillating football and you dominate Fiorentina, show something. Because to be honest, Fiorentina didn't do much. We did even less. They had the 3 shots and they hit on all 3 of them. We had not even a shot. I cannot recall a shot. We had possession and we had nothing. It's easy to beat us right now because we are fragile. Mindset-wise, like Motta comes out and said defensively and offensively we need to do better. This is going beyond that. This is going beyond technical stuff and tactical stuff. This is just showing pride, showing something, just showing up on match day. That's the bare minimum, and that's not even there. And that's what he was saying. He said, nobody understands what it means to play for this club. Nobody understands what it means to show up and put in a basic shift, to not get smoked twice in 7 days, concede 7 goals. Didn't happen in ages. This is actually mental. And the fact that he came out, Del Piero, and was very comfortable in saying those things means he knows there's no chance he's coming back. Not anytime soon. He knows that. And I think he's just growing frustrated with that matter, that he's not getting a shot, and he's just letting it all out, which is his good right, by the way. I'd rather have that than maybe ex-players trying to, patch it up, and purple patch it up and box it in gift paper, whatever, and wrap it in gift paper, just because they hope one day they might get a shot. We have gone beyond that. It's time to be open. We have been shit for 5 seasons, right? We haven't won nothing in 5 seasons. Yes, the Copa and the Super Copa, whatever, but that's not what this club is about. It's about the title and something in Europe. We haven't been close since Sarri got sacked. It's 1 season with Pirlo, it's 3 with Allegri, and it's now 1 with Motta. That's 5 seasons. That is unacceptable. And again, that's not all on solely on coaches and players, but it's been a mess managerial-wise, decisions-wise, and it's getting worse. Like, it's actually getting worse, and nobody's holding anyone accountable. That's what Del Piero was saying. And by saying that, I think he made it very obvious and clear that he's not coming back anytime soon. Not that I was expecting it, but he was hoping it. But I think he gave up hope. Anyways, let me know in the comments, what do you think about that situation? And actually, do you believe he's actually coming back anytime soon? Because I don't think he's coming back. However, he was honest and he was emotional. He started by saying, this is not easy for me because, well, for obvious reasons, and he spoke about it and he was right. Word for word, he was right. And it's actually the first time an ex-player called out everyone. And also, not just an ex-player, probably the ex-player, the symbol of the club, basically, for a lot of people. Not just Juve fans, also non-Juve fans. If they talk about Juve, it's one of the names that pops up ASAP. He spoke up, but nobody's going to listen unless you think anyone's going to listen. Let me know in the comments. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will speak to you guys soon. Ciao.